Hi there, it's Jacob Marie. I'm here today because I want to do a pattern review for you. One of the things that when I started out costuming, I used a lot of patterns. I still use a lot of patterns, but I had trouble figuring out what was good and what wasn't good. So I'm hoping that I can give you a little bit of information in these videos. Alright, so I wanted to start out by reviewing a pattern that my friend Jamie and I used a couple of years ago to make some historical costumes. And that is Reconstructing History. Yay! It is number 613, and this is the early Tudor 1500s ladies gown and kirtle. Hope you can see it. Yay! So this is the pattern we used. I did the iconic portrait of Juan of Castile, who's also known as Juana la Loca, and my friend Jamie did the iconic portrait of Catherine of Aragon, who was Henry VIII's first wife. And the portrait is believed to be one that she gave to Henry, like before the marriage or something. I'm forgetting it right now. Sorry. So anyway, the costumes came out looking really nice. I really liked this pattern, actually. One of the things that I've heard before from people who use Reconstructing History patterns, the criticism is that the patterns are not really for people who don't know what they're doing. I can kind of see that. I mean, there is a little bit in the instructions that makes it seem like you kind of assume like you know what you're doing already. But I don't think that it's necessarily a bad pattern for beginners. When I purchased my first Reconstructing History pattern, I purchased it in 2010 at the Costume Con 28 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I believe it was Bob who sold me the pattern, who is one of the owners. Him and Cass are the owners of Reconstructing History. But he told me to sit down one day, before I even started making the costume or cut any pieces out or anything, to sit down and have a glass of tea. He actually said that. Have a glass of tea and read the instructions through before you actually start doing anything. That's actually really good advice for these patterns because, well, first of all, it's pretty hard to make a pattern that fits everybody exactly because everybody is shaped differently. But it's a really good idea to read through these first so you kind of have an idea of what they want you to do, and then make a mock-up. You should almost always make a mock-up of something that needs to fit really well. Cheater's note, I use my mock-ups as lining usually. Because I'm lazy and I don't like to make things many times, but that's bad. You can do that if you want to, but yeah. You should make a mock-up of something if you want it to fit you very well. Overall, like I said before, I really liked the pattern. The pieces are great. The great thing about the early Tudor period is that most of the pattern pieces are really easy to work with. There's a lot of rectangles, a lot of pieces that go together really easily, not like some of the modern stuff where you have to like carefully do things along curves. Yeah, but the pattern pieces went together really well. I thought the instructions were pretty good. Pretty clear. The pieces that actually come with the pattern are the gown and the kirtle pieces, but there are instructions in here for making a smock. There are not instructions for the hat. Jamie and I did have to come up with those on our own, but that's not too hard. Yeah, so I do recommend this pattern if you're a beginner and you want to get into early Tudor patterns, or if you're advanced or intermediate, of course. I do like this pattern quite a bit. So yeah, if you would like to buy any patterns from Reconstructing History, please visit their link below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if there's any other patterns you want to have my opinion on or somebody else's on. Thanks!